Hello, my name is Fiset-Algarvio, and this is the project DIY Bicolor LED Display. So first off, I got 16 bicolor LEDs, which I've soldered together to create this 4x4 LED matrix, which is connected to pins 1 to 8 on the Arduino. I've got a switch over here, which is with the middle rail connected to power, and the left rail connected to ground with a 10K ohm resistor and to the analog pin A4. And then I also got 4 push buttons, the up, down, left, right buttons, which on the right side of the push button connected to power with the wire, and on the left side I've got a resistor, the 10K ohm resistor to ground, and I also got another wire that leads to the analog pins in the analog pins A0, A1, A2, and A3 of the Arduino. So how the circuit works is that first off you got the switch, which will determine the color of the LED. So if the Arduino senses high through the switch, then it's going to display green, and if it senses low, then it's going to display red to the LED. And then you got the buttons, the up, down, left, right buttons, which when it's pressed, the Arduino is going to see that it's pressed, and it's going to move the little dots in that direction. So if I press it to the right button is going to move to the right. If I press it down, it's going to move down. The left one, it's going to move to the left, and if I press up button, it's going to move up. And I can move that in any direction that is possible, all the way to the end. And it's not going to move any further. If I press it again and again and again in one direction, it's not going to keep going. And that is how it works. Here is my code for the DIY Bicolor LED matrix. So first off, I've set variable pins for the push buttons and the switch in the analog pins of the Arduino, and I've set 2 variables to be the one LED that will turn on. Right now it's the pins 4 and 8 of the Arduino, which is the top left corner of the LED matrix. And I've set in the setup I've set the push pins and the switch to be the input pins. Now, in the void loop function, anything that will be below it will be repeated forever and ever and ever. Now, I've discovered that an LED will not turn on if it's sent to input. So, I've set pins 1 to 8 to be input at the beginning, and then I've set the 2 of the 8 pins to be the output pins, which will display only one light at a time. Now, if the switch is high, it's going to go in one pin and then out the other, which will display green, and then it's going to be the reverse if the switch is low. So, will that happen? It will turn red. So if it's this solution, it'll turn green, and if it's this solution, it'll turn red. Now over here, I have delay of 75. Well, delay of 75, that is how long it takes for the average person. So pretty much, for me, for example, it takes about 75 milliseconds for me to press a button. Now over here, if I press the right button, it'll move the LED pin 1 to the right, so it'll go from 4 to 3, or it'll go from 3 to 2, or it'll go 2 to 1. And if it is at 1, it will not do anything because of this. Same thing for left, except it'll go up, so it'll go 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, and if it's at 4, it's not going to move, so it's going to stay at 4 if it's already at 4 for the left. Now for the up, it's pretty much the same thing as the left, except it's going to go up. The pin's going to go up, so it's going to go from 5 to 6, 6 to 7, 7 to 8. And if it's already at 8, it's not going to change from 8. That's for high. And for last one, for the down, if it's at 5, it's going to have 5. So that's how low as it'll go. So if it'll go from 8 to 7, 7 to 6, or 6 to 5. And if it's at 5, it's not going any lower. It will seem as if it's going in the direction in which you press the buttons. And that's pretty much my code. Thanks for watching.